Today we're going to try to get all this pile of wood cleaned up. Y'all going to help me today? Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to try to get all this wood cleaned up here so I can go through all the that I've got stacked up, get all the different sizes sorted out, get them covered up to dry. But I'm going to stack it all right here, all the cut lumber, once I get all this cleaned up. But it could take a while. There's our chicken coop. A tree fell on the corner, knocked the gutter off and broke a hole in the back. Got to fix it. And there's our goat pen. It's about probably, I don't know, acre and a half, 2 acres. Got 12 goats in there. All these little pieces right here and make stove wood out of them. Yeah, it might cut us if we ain't careful. Gotta be careful.
You have to be kind of like been practicing with those a bunch, right, Dad?
Yeah.
Wind up, Dada.
Huh?
Wind up.
Wind's up.
Yes.
Wind's blowing, ain't it? Y'all get me all these short pieces and stack them right here, bud. Get me all these short pieces right here and put them right here or dead and grab them.
Dad, you need this one?
Huh?
This one's short. Dad, this one's short.
These small pieces of wood burn faster and get hotter a lot quicker for cooking on, and we use them in our grill, cooking stuff on the grill.
Cut that way off. Get that. But you cut that one off. We're cutting it to use it. We could use it for some heater wood.
Yep. Hang on, let me cut up the bigger pieces and smaller one.
Here, Daddy. Look at that. Ooh, that was a tough one.
To set all this lumber up on, all the pieces that I cut off, depending on what thickness and width, all that. Have 3 or 4 different sets of sawhorses to stack them on while they dry. So I'm going to go through building some sawhorses out of some 2x4s. Alright, I always make my legs 32 inches long, that way you can get 3 of them out of one 2x4, one 8-foot 2x4. Pull from the other side. I always mark past the line, so when you saw off the line, it's exactly 32. Right there should be. There's my batteries and power inverter. If y'all seen our other video, that's what we used to build our cabin, build the chicken coop, build pretty much everything out here on the homestead for a while. You can see I got a lot more stuff in my toolbox now, but it still works and I still use it a lot. You can actually weld with it too. Got a little stick weld, a little MIG welder that runs fine off of the inverter. But just let the truck idle and it keeps the batteries topped off. Alright, next we'll cut our boards that go across the length of the sawhorses. Those will be the legs. And next I always cut mine, 48 inches, sometimes a little shorter, but I'm going to cut these 48. So that these will be, I'll be getting 2 out of each, 2 or 4. And that'll be the length of the sawhorses that you run your boards across. Let's see how long these are and split them exactly. It's 8 foot 3/4. So 48 3/8. And keep these together because these will be the same size. So what you do is you turn one this way, like this, center up the T's, and then screw them from the bottom, but I'll show you in a minute. Step, take some of your pears that we just cut, pretty much same length there. Take one, set it on top of the other. This. Don't have to be perfect, but just get it barely centered up. Alright, do the same on the other side. Just when started. Ahead of yourself, and I screwed one of the tops for a leg, so let's try this again. Make sure you get a leg. Get started. I like to take and put a brace across here also. Just hold the board up, mark it on the back side with your pencil, and then cut it with a skill saw, one on each side. That gives it a little more strength. Once I get all these assembled here, I'll do that on one of them and show you how to do that. Braxty, who are you talking to? You just talking to yourself? Daddy does that sometimes. Bo ain't playing with you? Oh, you tired? Alright. Our inverter setup works in our truck. Actually had somebody comment on one of our Facebook posts and said that it was a scam. I mean, I don't know why they said that. They must not know very much about electronics, but I use it to charge that button's getting don't want to work too well. But as you can see, shows right there, it's plugged in. The truck's not even running to charge these. These don't pull all that much amperage, but it's just a battery charger. That fan should stop in a minute. But yeah, if you're doing something just low like this, you don't have to leave your truck running continuously. If you're running like a skill saw, welder, anything that pulls a lot of amperage, then you just crank your truck up and let it idle, and it keeps these 2 deep cycle batteries in the back charged off the alternator up front.
Did I scare you, Daddy?
We'll end up having to cut some more legs somehow. Just doing it off the top of my head, I missed cutting a few of them in the beginning, but anyway, we got them cut, got them all assembled here. I was going to show you how to put the braces across. I had a couple of scrap pieces that was just in the back of my truck. What I usually do is just measure down about 12 inches or so, make a mark on both legs. Like that. Put it up to it. Like that. Pop them up in there, like so, and screw them. That's pretty much it. If I'm going to make a set that I can stack on top of each other, I'll usually do a set on the inside like this, and then a set screwed to the outside so that the top one can slide over and set on it. If you put them all on the inside like that, the next one won't slide over because this brace will hit. But there you go. Easy sawhorses. Up here, if you can see, the drop cord runs back over to our corner of our chicken coop. I buried a line that goes down to our cabin. You can see down there. All our solar panels right now are on top of the cabin. So there's a one line coming to that outlet over there that I mounted there that runs stuff up here at the chicken coop. And also temporarily I have a line that comes out of that runs down all the way down to the barn at the bottom of the hill, or to the barn site. So it's all running off of the solar power from the cabin. But eventually I've got a lot more solar panels I'm going to install. I'm going to move all the solar panels up here to the top. This will be the central power facility, and I'll just tie the line that comes from the cabin back in up here, and that'll feed the cabin with power and feed the barn with power. I'm going to build a long shed along this way, a long shed, and mount all the solar panels on it so that all the power comes in at the top of the hill here. It goes into a central power distribution facility. I'll just build a small little room for it, or put it under the shed, and then all the power will go out to everywhere else that we need power from up here at the top of the hill. But as you can see, it should have power here. And all that's running completely off the solar power that's being collected on a roof down there. You can't really see it from up here. You might see some on the back right there. See a row of panels there. But we've got 3 kilowatts worth of panels on the roof there. And we have another 6 kilowatts under the barn that we're ready to install get a chance to do that. But I made me a jig here to take all these, cut them into 10.5, 11-inch pieces, and then I'll split them up and use them for stove wood to try to get some use out of this wood here that was basically just discarded from sawmill stuff I sawed off with the sawmill. I don't like to waste anything, so we can reuse all this for stove wood, fire starter, any of that to cook on. Once I get all that right there chopped up, see if you can see it like this a little better. Once I get them all into smaller pieces there, then just take them and get some small pieces of fire starter. Well, I got a pretty good pile of stove wood piled up there. That's probably more than we'll use in 2 years. The pile's slowly going down. It's going to take a couple days to get it all cut up, chopped up, and stacked up. But it's getting there. It's a lot better than it did. Once I get it cleaned up, as I saw lumber and have some scraps left over, I'm going to keep it sawed up so it don't just pile up. But a couple days we'll get all this out here and done and find something else to get done.
I hope you enjoyed our video, and please remember to like and subscribe.